So Tomato Week, this is a fun week with really fun songs and fun. I feel like I use that word too much, but I love it all. Okay, so Tomato Week, I will start with our song, with our, I have a note here that I wanted to say. Okay, so Tomato Week, we have a lot of, this is another one where we have a lot of recipes in our test group. I know someone says one of our favorites from our test group, but there was, it can be a kitchen heavy week where you're like making a ton of stuff. So you can look ahead. I have a lot of recipes in here for the Play-Doh and the sauce and the pizza and the salsa, all of these things. You don't have to make every recipe. Of course, this is summer, it's nearing the end of summer. Don't feel like you have to make every single thing from scratch. So just look ahead and kind of make note of which things you want to make from scratch and which things you want to do store-bought. Because if you want to buy your tomato sauce and your pizza dough, that's totally good. Just kind of plan ahead. So take a look and a glance of what recipes there are this week, what you want to make from scratch, and what you'd like to just buy so you can just really enjoy the activity. Totally up to you. So our story this week is Happy Tomatoes, and Rudabug is caring for the tomatoes, and there's kind of this funny thing here because of course tomatoes are technically a fruit. So there's a little backstory of they were in Petty Pom's garden, but now they're in Rudabug's garden and he's caring for them and they're doing much better now that they're with the vegetables. And the fairies greet Rudabug, or Rudy as they call him, which I think is adorable. But we kind of have, if you remember back in Potato Week, Rudabug had found Petty Pom, and Petty Pom didn't really like potatoes. And we kind of have a little the reverse here with tomatoes. And Rudabug doesn't really like tomatoes, which I think is perfect because I know a lot of children actually don't like tomatoes. So if they don't like tomatoes, they are in good company with Rudabug, but it kind of helps prompt the song and prompt them to hopefully try some of these tomato recipes. So Rudabug doesn't love tomatoes, but Petty Pom says, well, have you tried cooking them? Just like Rudabug said to Petty Pom back in Potato Week. And then cue Hey Tomato, such a fun song. It's a blast. And then after that they get cooking and they're gonna make pizza and it's gonna be fun. And then Ruby comes in. But have you ever tasted salsa? And then we have a salsa, which is, again, is just such a brilliant song, and it is so much fun. And just the cultural exploration themes here of music in the whole songs and all of summer songs are just incredible. But this week you really get a taste of both of those, and it's just, potatoes is now one of my picky eaters' favorite now because Petty Pom loved them. That is such a sweet anecdote. That's exactly what we hope for. And someone said salsa is their favorite reel on Instagram. That was a fun one. So fun. So it really, again, you know, I mean, Hey Tomato says if you don't like to eat tomatoes, that's okay, but would you like to try tomatoes my way? So we are hoping that it kind of encourages an adventurous eating, and we have a lot of recipes in here that will encourage that. And then of course, Have You Ever Tasted Salsa is so fun. So it gets them exploring new foods, and it gets them exploring hopefully some new song styles, especially when you're going to hear this one in the audiobook. I know Nathaniel is going to have a lot of fun with the instrumentation of this one, really bringing these song styles to life, as you've heard in some other songs of summer. So it's going to be a blast. You have Hey Tomato here, you have Salsa here, your songs, and then we're going to dive into a lot of fun activities. So day one, we're going to go back to Play-Doh. We haven't done a ton of Play-Doh in summertime, but this is a perfect chance for Play-Doh. We're going to do pizza Play-Doh. This is really just red Play-Doh and white Play-Doh together to make little Play-Doh pizza. Super simple, but super fun. Really lovely little prompt for some creative food play. Your gluten-free recipe is here. Now, day one main lesson, one of those, if you can, go out and harvest some tomatoes. Go and grab some tomatoes from a local farmer's market if you can. Definitely, if you can find some locally grown tomatoes, backyard or local farmer's market, anything like that would be ideal, or even just a local grocery store if that's what you have access to. But go pick out some tomatoes that you can use. You can also, if you're going to be making any of the other recipes in the rest of the week, like the pizza party or the salsa, you can look ahead and make sure if you're going out to the farmer's market, maybe grab some of those ingredients as well. Now, our day two is like our pizza party day. Now, another really fun thing about Tomato Week, if you want, is day two and day 3, you can also really lean into some cultural explorations here of the tomato. So if you want to kind of lean into day 2 being like your Italian day, if you want to dive into that culture a little more, add on maybe a little unit study or something like that if you want to, this is a really great day to do it because it's kind of pizza party day. Turn on some Italian music. So in the beginning, our morning activity is going to be pizza topping sorting. So get all the pizza toppings you want and let them kind of sort what they're going to want, put some things in bowls, maybe slice up the tomatoes or the olives, and it can be a really, really fun time. Of course, this morning also, if you're making the pizza dough from scratch, you might want to start making this morning. I didn't build in the pizza dough making into the rhythm because I wanted it to kind of be up to you based on if you are choosing to do the homemade dough or not. It is a really yummy dough, by the way. This is the one that my family uses almost weekly for pizza night. So you can also make this dough the night before and keep it in the fridge and then bake it straight from the fridge. It's super simple. So look ahead for after the main lesson, we have our homemade pizza. So you can make that recipe the day before if you want, the morning of if you want, either work. So just make a note of that in your planning, that part of your morning activity might also be making the dough if you want, and then just preparing all of your ingredients. Someone said they made the dough overnight, put it in the fridge overnight. It really works great right out of the fridge. It is enough dough for 2 full pizzas. I did it with just 1 pizza and it was a really thick crust pizza. So you could do 1 really thick crust, you could do 2 normal crusts, or you could do lots of minis, and it's a really yummy recipe. So morning activity, prepare your ingredients however you'd like, and then main lesson is a pizza party. Have fun. Have your kids make their own pizza. It's a really just fun way for them to spread their sauce and make their own little creations. And then of course it's gonna be so much more special for them to eat what they create, which I love. And some good prompts here on maybe exploring some new toppings for your families. There's lots and lots of different options here. So enjoy your pizza party. Again, if you wanna kind of lean into Italian night, very, very fun. Now, our day 3, and of course we have gluten-free options here. Day 3, if you want, this can kind of be Latin Hispanic twist on tomato, salsa, you know? So we want to think about how tomato is celebrated in so many different cultures, right? And so we're doing maracas, we're doing salsa, it's salsa. So if you want to lean into a Latin or Hispanic kind of celebration of the tomato, turn on some really fun music there. You can also do that, and it could be a really fun way to kind of do little cultural immersions for your child if you want to. So we are making these maracas, and these are really fun and really simple. Just a few supplies, some bamboo spoons, or you could use plastic spoons if you have them, plastic Easter egg, some felt, little rubber band, and some yarn, and these come together really easily, and popcorn kernels. So I'll show you here and I'll kind of talk you through it because I only fit a few of these. So you're gonna take your little plastic Easter egg and just fill that with dried popcorn kernels. Your children can scoop that up and fill that. And then you see here how these little spoons are just sandwiching that little egg here, and then you just have a little rubber band to just tie that in place. Again, these can be bamboo spoons or plastic spoons, whatever you have works. Honestly, these could probably even be metal spoons if you needed to use spoons from your drawer. So fill that little plastic Easter egg with popcorn kernels and secure your little spoons and a rubber band, and then really you're just getting a piece of felt. You're going to cut a circle, but you want to make sure that it's big enough to like around your egg. So cut it bigger than you might think. You want a nice big circle, and you're going to just cover it completely over that little egg, and then it kind of comes down, and as you see here, it just kind of comes around, and you can secure it with another little rubber band too. And then you're just going to cover that where that felt comes together and wrap some yarn around it. It might kind of remind you of Apple Week or prepare you for Apple Week as you just wind this yarn around to kind of make your base. Pull it nice and tight, tie a knot. You can thread your ends if you want. And gosh, we have a lot of delicious options here in the chat for pizza toppings. So if you're curious, my goodness, we have some wonderful suggestions. But back to maracas. So egg spoon, felt, yarn. Really simple, but so much fun. They have a really nice sound to them that the plastic Easter egg and the corn and popcorn kernels really have a nice sound. They are super, super fun. And then of course you can enjoy those with the salsa salsa song. But then of course we have to have a salsa salsa party, so we gotta make some salsa. So I have a mango salsa recipe here. This is not spicy at all. It's a nice sweet salsa. It is so delicious. It has tomatoes and salsa and tomatoes and mango, some cilantro and onions. It is and a dash of apple cider vinegar and lime juice. It is so good. It's like a sweet. It's really good. I personally tend to struggle with salsas because I don't like spice. I guess you're just all guys realizing that I have a really lame palate because I don't like pickles and I don't like sourdough and I don't like anything spicy. So this mango salsa is Miss Lisa approved. So it's no spice. Oh, you all are gonna roast me now, I'm sorry. I do love normal bread. So this is Miss Lisa approved, kid approved mango salsa. It is sweet, it is not spicy at all. Of course, if you do like to add some spice, feel free, or if you have another family favorite salsa recipe, please do that. The flavor of spice makes everything nice. I could do some cinnamon, I could do like sweet spices. It's all right, it's okay. Coming clean today, guys. See? But this is truly a really great mango salsa recipe, so enjoy it. It is very kid friendly. I think your kids will love it. If I love it, they should love it. And then of course, enjoy your salsa salsa party. Turn on some music, use your maracas, all of that.